What if the voice in your head is the reason you still feel stuck? Not your circumstances, not your past, and not bad luck. What if it's the way you speak to yourself when nobody else is around? Because the scariest part about our inner voice is that we eventually stop hearing it as a voice at all. It just becomes us. It becomes the way you look at yourself in the mirror after a bad day, the way we replay embarrassing moments on the drive home, the way you quietly convince yourself not to try because failing again would hurt too much. And after a while, you don't even notice it happening. You just wake up every day carrying around a version of yourself built from repeated thoughts, repeated doubts, repeated reminders of everything you think you're not. So let me ask you something. If someone spoke to a person you loved the way you speak to yourself, would you let them anywhere near you? Because whether we realize it or not, we're always listening. And eventually, the voice we hear the most becomes the world we live in. I think a lot of us carry around this invisible scoreboard in our heads, and no matter what we do, it somehow never feels like enough. You finish something, and instead of feeling proud, your mind immediately moves the target. You make one mistake, and suddenly it feels bigger than every good thing you've done all week. You walk into a room and instantly start wondering how everyone else seems more confident, more attractive, more successful, more figured out than you are, even though half the people around us are probably fighting the exact same thoughts. And the worst part is how casual it becomes. It's like we'll call ourselves lazy, embarrassing, awkward, or behind in life, and we say it in a joking, self-deprecating way sometimes, but deep down, a part of us means it. Part of you has heard those thoughts so many times that they don't even feel harsh anymore. You start to believe them because they start feeling accurate. I know what that feels like too. When one bad moment somehow follows you around longer than 10 good ones ever do. You can have an amazing week, feel motivated, productive, hopeful, and then one mistake happens, one rejection, one weird interaction, one night where you relapse and fall back into old habits you swore you'd never do again, and suddenly your mind acts like none of the progress counted. And we sit there replaying it, in the shower, before bed, while staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. Like if we somehow punish ourselves enough, maybe we'll finally become better. I'm here to tell you that most of the time, all this does is make us afraid to try again. Eventually, the way you talk to yourself stops being just thoughts, and it starts to affect the way you live. You stop going after things you actually want because you've already convinced yourself you'll fail. We hold ourselves back before life even gets the chance to. You walk into opportunities already apologizing for who you are, already expecting to disappoint people, already assuming you're less capable than everyone else around you. The messed up thing is that after a while, you don't even realize it's happening. You just think to yourself that this is who I am. You think you're naturally unconfident, naturally anxious, naturally bad at things. But a lot of the time, that identity was built slowly, thought by thought, moment by moment, through years of hearing the same voice repeat the same things inside your head. And I honestly think some of us are exhausted, not because life is impossible, but because we never get a break from ourselves. Just imagine for a second how heavy that feels. To carry a voice around every day that turns every mistake into proof, every delay into failure, and every bad day into confirmation that something is wrong with you. No wonder we're scared to fail. No wonder we overthink every little thing. It's no wonder why some of us feel like we can never fully relax, even when things are going okay, because deep down, we're always waiting for ourselves to mess it up again. And the craziest part is that someone you loved came up to you feeling the exact same way. You probably wouldn't speak to them like that, even for a couple minutes. You wouldn't look at someone you care about and tell them they're hopeless because they make a mistake. You wouldn't tell them they're behind in life because they're confused in their 20s, or because they're still figuring things out, or because they haven't become the person they'd hoped they'd be yet. You'd probably sit with them, encourage them, remind them they're human. But when it's ourselves, we act like we deserve less patience. I think a lot of us learn to believe that being hard on ourselves is what keeps us improving. Like if we stop criticizing ourselves for 1 second, we'll become lazy, complacent, or weak. I know this firsthand because it's a philosophy that I adopted in my early 20s, and it helped me to get to where I am now at the cost of my mental health. So we keep pushing, keep tearing ourselves apart internally, thinking it's discipline, thinking it's motivation, when really, a lot of the time, it's just self-rejection wearing a productive disguise. The thing is, there's a difference between wanting to grow and constantly making yourself feel unworthy until you do. And I don't think healing starts when you suddenly become confident or positive all the time. I think it's a conscious effort, and it starts in smaller moments than that. It starts when you catch yourself spiraling after one bad day and you choose not to turn it into a statement about your entire life. It starts when you stop talking to yourself like you're a problem that needs to be fixed, and when you realize that the voice in your head is not some objective narrator sent from the universe to tell you the truth. It's just a voice, a practiced one, a repeated one, and if repetition helped create it, then repetition can change it too. So maybe the goal isn't becoming someone who never doubts themselves again. Maybe the goal is just learning how to be on your own side. Life already humbles us enough. We already get rejected, embarrassed, delayed, confused, and hurt. The world is already going to test us over and over and over again. We don't need to come home and continue the destruction in our own heads. I'm not saying you have to suddenly love everything about yourself overnight, because honestly, most of us won't, including myself. But I do think there's something powerful about deciding that your inner voice no longer gets to speak to you like you're worthless. That maybe we can start speaking to ourselves the same way we speak to people we care about. With patience, understanding, and grace. With room to mess up without turning every mistake into an identity. Because you and I are going to be listening to ourselves for the rest of our lives. That voice is coming with us into every relationship, every friendship, every opportunity, failure, lonely night, and new beginning. So eventually, we have to ask ourselves this question. Is that voice helping us grow? Or is it quietly convincing us to stay small? The words you repeat in your mind do matter. They shape the way you see yourself. They shape the way you move through the world. And after a while, they shape the person you become. So be careful how you speak to yourself, because you're always listening. Thanks for watching Rardo, and I'll see you in the next video.